Now, for too long, summer luxury fragrances came with a hefty price tag. I know. But what if I told you there is a secret, okay? A collection of trending gems that defy expectations. Well, Lattafa perfumes are exploding everywhere, and one whiff will tell you why. These luxurious scents on today's lineup wrap around you like a warm summer breeze, but at prices that'll make your wallet sing. So let's get ready to jump into the most mouth-watering, head-turning Lattafa scents that'll make this summer absolutely unforgettable. So without further ado, let's dive in. All right, you guys, as always, before we start, be sure that you are subscribed to the channel and make sure that if you find any value in the content, give your girl a big thumbs up because it definitely helps my channel to grow. So I know my voice is gonna be cracking a lot. I can barely hear myself. And I don't have much of a voice. Y'all went to go see Beyonce. I screamed and sang like a crazy person the entire night. I woke up yesterday, could not walk, could not talk, migraine. I mean, I was living my life and the queen owes me nothing. So just forgive my voice is basically what I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and dive into these fragrances. So the first one on this list, you guys, I was on the fence about getting it. I feel like the reviews were just a little mid, which is my hesitation. Also, looking at the notes, I just did not know what to expect. But, and however, as you can see, the dent in Petra from only having it a week tells you everything you need to know. I love the fragrance, okay? And let me tell you why. This is giving you very feminine tuberose in an easy to wear way. It is giving you sweet vanilla, coconut, and it is giving you sensuality because it's a touch boozy. I am thoroughly enjoying everything about this fragrance, and this is going to be for the girl who wants to dip their toe into Middle Eastern. Maybe you've smelled a few here and there and you traditionally think that they can be a little overwhelming, overbearing, too loud. This is the antithesis of that, and that is actually what I enjoy most because, as we know, notes like tuberose, main character energy, very, very loud, just depending on the way that it's done, but it is a tuberose scent, but it is not an overpowering smell, and it is really well blended because that coconut, the vanilla come in and give it just the right amount of sweetness, but not making it thick and heavy and weighing you down. So you're going to smell sweet, you're going to smell feminine, white floral, which is going to be perfect for summer, but she's sexy because of that rum. You will get that rum, but in a very smooth way. I really do enjoy the way they have blended Petra, and for that reason, I am absolutely obsessed, okay? So Petra opens with notes of rum and plum. You have middle notes of tuberose and coconut, and you have base notes of musk, praline, and vanilla. Now, me personally, I don't quite get the comparison that people are making with Teriyaki Intense. Teriyaki Intense is super spicy. This is not spicy. It's very thick. It is really super sweet. And even though they have the rum and the plum in common, that is it. And those two notes, though they have them in, you know, in common, they don't wear in the same way. The rum is not as boozy as it is in Teriyaki Intense. So this is going to be something beautifully done, light, airy, feminine, light feminine energy, okay? But she does have that sexy side, and I really do love this one. So get your nose on Petra if you've not experienced it yet. Again, this one is Petra, perfect for summer, from the house of Lattafa. All of these are from Lattafa, so I'm not going to be saying that for every fragrance, but definitely get your nose on Petra. She is a love. Now, this next one, I have been singing it praises. You've seen this a lot since I have added this one to my collection, and this is AHEERI. Now, AHEERI is definitely that girl because she's going to give you a really gorgeously done amber vanilla combo. It is quite dense, quite sweet, so you do have to love it sweet to enjoy this one, but she's also giving you this playful, softer, girly side because you do get a lot of vanilla orchid in this fragrance. So AHEERI opens with notes of passion flower and dewdrop. You have middle notes of orchid and jasmine, and you have base notes of vanilla and amberwood. This is going to be your dupe of Gucci's gorgeous floral orchid, and I think that this one is just a little bit better to me. It wears more substantially and it is a touch sweeter. So if you've been on the fence about which one to get, if you had your eye on the Gucci, I would say if you want something that's a little sweeter, a little bolder, then go with this one. If you want something that really is going to be maybe even better for high heat, that wears a little softer but same scent, you know, more so, then go with the Gucci. But this price point, baby, no regrets, because I was actually about to get the Gucci. But I am loving ETHERIE, and this is without a doubt probably one of my favorite Lattafas in my collection currently. So get your nose on this one, and I cannot believe that this scent is coming in under $50. So a star for this time of year. Now this next one is for the rose lover. I don't think we have any more rose features on this list. This is the only one. So if you're looking for something that is fluffy, whipped, creamy, sweet rose, then I think you would absolutely enjoy BEDE'E's Noble Blush. This was a blind buy for me. Actually, what am I saying? All my Lattafas are blind buys because I don't sample them. But this one really did surprise me because everything that they're giving you in the notes, you're getting in this bottle, okay? And this one didn't need time to macerate for me. Right out of the gate, I loved it. No, it's not going to be a Delina dupe, but I think that the way the rose smells in this fragrance, the rose is carried out in the same way. This is a very different take on rose. For actually anything in my collection, I don't really have fragrances that go into that, you know, whipped, touch of almond, rose, sweet category. And this checks all of those boxes. So it is quite unique. I think this is really easy to wear. It's a wonderful combination of an alluring rose that is quite grown up, but she does have that feminine, soft, playful side because of the gourmand components to it. So this is a gorgeous gourmand rose. So BEDE'E's Noble Blush opens with notes of rose milk, meringue, almond, vanilla, musk, and sandalwood. Now the musky note in this fragrance, it does wear a touch powdery. So you're getting something that is going to give you that powdery, musky vibe. So if you are not a fan of powdery, especially also because it has that almond, I would say try to get a decant, maybe, you know, off Mercari or somewhere to see if it'll work for you, if it's worth the trouble. I find that at these price points, you guys, $30, by the time you get a $10, $15 little, you know, 5 ml or 2 ml from an individual, honey, just go ahead and get the bottle. If it doesn't work out, then I would say sell it. That is just going to be a little bit more cost advantageous in my opinion. That's why I just usually just go ahead and blind buy them. If they don't work out, I will give them away or I will sell them. So that's just my little 2 cents. But I love this fragrance. It's sweet, it's rose, it's vanilla. Like, what more do you need? So if you are in the market for something like that, I think this would be a hit. Again, this one is BEDE'E's Noble Blush. Next up is a fragrance that is going to give you that you don't need the original one, just go ahead and get the dupe. All right, so this one is ABIYEDH Coral. They have several from this particular range, and this is the Coral Flanker. Beautiful watermelon, like beachy, ambergris, slightly animalic type of fragrance. And this is going to be your dupe for Wave Child, which is from the house of 1015. Now 1015, they are a moderately priced niche brand. I think that Wave Child started off really beautiful on my skin. The watermelon dissipated very fast and it turned into a sea-like weird funk on my skin. Now some people love it. It just got a little strange with my body chemistry. So happy I sampled it and did not buy it. Now, when I decided to blind buy this one, knowing that it was a dupe, I did that with caution, just knowing it could also go very left. It worked out beautifully on my skin. Now this is going to be a place where the dupes are just amazing to have and try, because sometimes fragrances don't work out, not because they weren't well composed or the notes, it's just not working with your body chemistry because of the ingredients that that particular perfume has. Sometimes another version of the same scent can work beautifully on your skin, and that is the case with this one. So ABIYEDH Coral opens with notes of watermelon, peach, and orange. orange. You have middle notes of coconut and white flowers, and you have base notes of vanilla, musk, and amber. I really do appreciate, again, the way that ozonic note from the watermelon comes through in here. So it's a little fresh. This one does wear a little sweeter than Wave Child, in my opinion. That base just really does bring it home for me. All right. So if you are looking for something that is watermelon forward, the watermelon last, you're getting that aquatic ozonic vibe, you know, just on the beach, enjoying your watermelon, your coconut water in a bottle. Love this one down, and this is perfect for high heat when you want to smell sweet, you want to smell playful and fruity, but you do want to maintain a level of freshness, a beautiful air about you. That is perfect. This is going to be perfect for those times. All right, so again, this one is Anna ABIYEDH Coral. Next up is for my Orange Blossom girlies. If you love the way Oriana smelled, but you did not like the performance, okay, returned my bottle, got it brand new when it was released, and very disappointed in the way the scent developed on my skin. It started off beautifully, dried down to something very musky, very meh, and it wasn't wearing sweet on me. You know, after about 10-15 minutes, very underwhelmed with the scent. The performance was very poor, and even though, you know, the fragrance has been around for a while, so this is not about it being new, needing time to macerate. A lot of people still feel that way about Oriana, which is a very pricey fragrance from Parfums de Marly. ANSAAM Gold is going to give you that same scent, okay? But however, baby, she lasts. She's going to give you 6-8 hours easy, maybe more, depending on how you spray. I got a compliment on the hot, like outside working accident child on the highway. 2 women were like, what do you have on? You smell amazing. I had oversprayed myself, not really knowing what the performance is going to give because it was newer in my collection at the time. Got compliments, baby, okay? Well into my shift. Probably, I would say, if I had to guess, maybe about 7 hours after I had sprayed this on, she was projecting, okay? She was lasting, and she was giving feminine, compliment worthy. So this one is going to be definitely all about that orange blossom, marshmallow, sweet combo. And I just love the presence that it has. Again, it giving you that same scent, but again, another case of the dupe being better, in my humble opinion. So ANSAAM Gold opens with notes of mandarin orange and pear. You have middle notes of sweet notes, jasmine, and rose, and you have base notes of vanilla, musk, and raspberry. Now, I'm giving you the notes, you know, as they're given to us, but I will always state that sometimes the notes provided are not going to be what the notes are in actuality, or what they're giving. This is giving you definitely something that smells like orange blossom rather than a rose jasmine. I don't get that at all. I am getting something that smells marshmallow fluffy because of that musk and vanilla. You're getting something that smells fruity. I would say more so that raspberry orange combination for sure. And you're getting orange blossom. So ignore those notes that you see. You're going to get more so the notes you see for the Oriana lineup. And again, a fabulous interpretation of that scent at a fractions of fractions, the price point of the original. So highly recommend this one, baby. Love her down. All right, ANSAAM Gold. And this is going to be from their Pride collection. So let's get into a fragrance that is newer to my collection. Now, this fragrance is going to be for the girl who loves real Middle Eastern vibes, okay? Honey, you are very well versed in your Middle Eastern fragrances. You are not looking for something that smells like this Western fragrance interpretation. Like, she's giving straight up Middle Eastern vibes, all right? Very resinous. I was minding my own business, honey, and my fragrance trail came into my feed, okay? Minding my business, a short popped up from her, and she mentioned how this is a very slept on, little known Lattafa. Now, this is going to be from the niche EMARATI line. It is Lattafa, but this is not one that's going to be on a lot of people's radar. So I found it, bought it, and it is giving resinous. All right, resinous, sweet caramel fruity. To me, this comes off as something quite woody, even though that's not really something that they kind of list in the note breakdown. But you have got to love a true benzoin scent. The benzoin in this fragrance, baby, she is kicking in the front door. So if that sounds like your vibe, like if you are not like this stuff, this don't appeal to you, okay? You're not trying to smell floral, girly. You want to smell Middle Eastern fashion Dubai queen. She's not giving Dubai princess, she's giving queen of Dubai, okay? Baby, dark feminine energy. She calls all the shots. She lives by her own rules, not society's, not some man's. She's doing her own thing in a bottle, okay? But she's also, again, giving very sweet opulence. So good. This, I haven't even said the name, Nadaria, okay? Get your nose on it, get a bottle of it if you can, because editing Sharita here. I have no idea why I keep adding an extra A in the name of this fragrance. It is Nadira, not Nadaria. Lord have mercy. Okay, back to the video. I'm so sorry. She is a 10. So Nadaria opens with notes of mango, passion fruit, and black currant. You have heart notes of milk accord, caramel, and strawberry, and you have base notes of amber, vanilla, and benzoin. I don't get anything that is giving like passion fruit. I think something that is more along the lines of that strawberry caramel, okay? It is coming through in a way that you would see in like a La Capitale. Very heavy on the caramel strawberry aspect, and you're getting a touch of mango. Again, you've got to love rich resins because that's truly what this is about. The fruitiness is going to come second fiddle to that benzoin vanilla caramel combo. So if you're in the market for something that is quintessential Middle Eastern, no qualms about it, then Nadaria is for you, all right? I think this is fabulous. So get your nose on it. I got mine from Intense Oud. If I can find the link, of course, everything will be linked below, but current day, I'm looking at it, it is in stock, so don't wait, all right? Now, this next one is one that I've mentioned in a previous video. I was so on the fence about getting this one because I have the original. I have a dupe of that original one, and I'm like, honey, I am not one that's going to be collecting dupes on dupes on dupes so that I can tell y'all the best dupe. Now, sometimes I will compare multiple dupes because maybe one was gifted to me. But as far as me spending my own coins on 3 dupes and I have the original one, it's just not enough room or time. But when I tell you the girlies were on my neck about still trying ANGHAM, and when I tell you I have no regrets, and Athena, baby, Athena is going in the declutter pile because she's not gonna get worn. I am almost through my original bottle of Burberry Goddess. And when I tell you that I enjoyed this one even more because this one has an addictive air about it. It wears a lot louder, so you're gonna get Burberry Goddess, but with a little bit more presence, longer lasting power. For me, Goddess wasn't a slouch in the performance department. I would say moderate. 5-6 hours, you're gonna have to top her off. This one, baby, you spray her down thoroughly, you will not need to be topped off after a long work day. You're gonna come home, you're still gonna smell it on you. And this one, honestly, all year, but she is probably going to shine the best in like fall because she thick. However, if you go a little lighter on the trigger, you're going to be able to wear this one all year. And for summer, I think she's still a vibe. If you're looking to add a touch of sweet, delicious vanilla to the mix, layer with it. If you want to smell beautiful, soft lavender, slight touches of cacao, smooth vanilla, again, very sweet, a little thick, you can still wear her in summer. Just go a little lighter on the trigger if really sweet scents bother you because, baby, she is sweet. But I just love the way this smells and wears. Very addictive, 10 out of 10 vanilla Lattafa fragrance. And I mean, they hit a home run with this release. Y'all, if Lattafa would just give us a Musk 12 dupe, honey, I won't have nothing else to request for the rest of my days in the world of Lattafa perfumes. We need a dupe for that one, a really good dupe. So if these brands are watching, one of y'all need to come up with one, all right? But baby, they really nailed it with this one. Love her down, and you actually need it. I'm gonna say it, you need it. I didn't want to listen to the hype either. This is absolutely one of the best vanilla Middle Eastern fragrances on the market, period, hands down. Again, this one is ANGHAM. This next one is for my sandalwood lovers. I talk about this every spring and summer, and this is still one of the most gorgeous sandalwood fragrances in my collection. Now, typically when we're talking about sandalwood, we don't usually think spring and summer. Definitely not summer, but baby, Musim White Intense. is one of the most gorgeous sandalwood forward fragrances. Now, what I love about this is you have this balance of a creamy yellow floral, you have some ylang ylang, tons of sandalwood, but you also have this touch of coconut that really does put you in the mindset of summer, okay? And between the yellow florals, the coconut, the creamy sandalwood, this is so beautiful, creamy, a touch spicy. I get something that smells a little bit like maybe there's a saffron in the top, because something about this smells like it has either a very, very faint, a leathery nuance, and in a way that doesn't come off as a leather note. So I'm gonna say that for me, I'm getting something that is saffron-like in the spices that are kind of unnamed in the top. Gorgeous. It's sensual, it's creamy, it's slightly sweet, it's musky, and you have that ambroxan in the mid, which gives it a beautiful like sillage and really good longevity. So Musamam White Intense opens with notes of spices, bergamot, and orange. You have middle notes of coconut, ylang ylang, ambroxan, and mahonial, and you have base notes of sandalwood, musk, and benzoin. This smells very chic. It smells quite expensive, and this is again just a must-have if you love sandalwood. The sandalwood is front and center. It really does own the scent, but again, the things they have coupled it with make me think summer. Okay, it can't be signature scent, it could be year round, but baby, the coconut, the yellow florals, summer in a bottle. All right, so please check this one out if you love a good woody fragrance. All right, this one again is Musamam White Intense. Next is for my candy coated, fruity, gourmand, just playful summer girlies. Okay, if you love fragrances that put you in that mindset, if you are feeling like, okay, we're going out, you know, we're about to, girl, I don't know what y'all about to do, fly some kites, we're gonna ride our bikes down the boardwalk, we're just gonna be out having a beautiful summer fun day. We're going to Six Flags, we're gonna bring out a fun scent, and Yara Candy is just that. You're going to give off gummy rings, okay? You're going to give off sugary, sweet, crunchy candy. Like, I smell this and my mouth waters because I am picturing and tasting gummy rings in my mouth, and it's actually a featured note in this fragrance, and it really does shine and come through in this scent. So Yara Candy opens with notes of black currant and green tangerine. You have strawberry fizz candy and gardenia featured in the mid, and you have base notes of vanilla, musk, amber, and sandalwood. And you really do get a lot of black currant. So if you're a black currant lover, you want something fun, playful, gourmand, very candied light, you cannot go wrong with this fragrance. This is another one I feel like what I first got, you know, straight out the bottle, no need to macerate, I still get that to this day. I know the original Yara, it is a fan fave. This one I just prefer over the original, and this is one that I would say wears a little moderate. So it's not going to give you that 8-12 hour wear. I would say about 6-7 hours you may want to consider topping it off, but I think this is so fun. It's so flirty. Some may think it's a little juvenile, but again, the name is Yara Candy, so we really are giving off those playful, fun candy vibes. All right, so check this one out if you're looking for something super fun, playful, fruity, gourmand. Yara Candy. Last but not least on this list is for my girl who loves a good gardenia. Nothing says feminine summer like a good gardenia or tiare flower note, and this one features the gardenia, and this is going to be Garam. This is a dupe for Baciami by Bulgari, which is one of the most beautiful white florals in my collection that is really heavy on that vanilla, really heavy on the amber, and that wears a touch powdery. I mean, she is gorgeous. But this one is going to wear with a little bit more of an oomph. The white florals I feel like are kicked up even more in this fragrance, and it may be a little overbearing for some. So if you know that it's tough for you to handle white florals, really sweet fragrances, maybe check out the original one, because that one wears with just a little bit more of that soft, you know, silk draped quality. This one again, just a little bit more going on as far as the presence, the sillage of it. So Garam opens with notes of pear, pineapple, and tangerine. You have middle notes of jasmine, sambac, and magnolia, and you have base notes of praline, amber, sandalwood, musk, and cashmere. Again, there is no gardenia mentioned in the note breakdown here, but to my nose, this smells very much so like gardenia. So the combination of the jasmine, the magnolia, maybe that collides and makes a gardenia smell. I don't know. Again, sometimes the notes are just very smoke and mirrors. They're listing pineapple, pineapple. I don't really get pineapple. I'm getting something that smells very praline, amber, vanilla, white floral, and it's got, again, that really musky powdery vibe. I would say maybe a little bit more of a musk vibe, but the cashmere wood makes it wear so cozy and irresistible. So it's comforting, it's sensual. She is very grown up, okay? So if you're looking for something sweet, vanilla, but grown woman, I think Garam is absolutely the ticket. Again, perfect for this time of year. All right, you guys, so that is it for me. This is my summer Lattafa lineup. Drop me a line below. Let me know what you're pulling for from the house of Lattafa for summer. I think these are all phenomenal scents, and these, I would say, are absolutely my top of the top. I wanted to give you 10 solid picks, and I think that if you go with any of these, if you love the notes mentioned, you cannot go wrong. All right, so it has been real. Make sure that you are subscribed. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.